Jason from @scoon.art here, and welcome to a special edition of Indie Comics Corner, the day before HeroesCon edition, whatever you want to call it. Tomorrow is, I'm going to HeroesCon. Today is the official start of HeroesCon. I'm not exhibiting there, so I'm not there today. I also have to work this afternoon. But I do have a ticket for tomorrow to go attend, walk around. I got some friends that are tabling that I'm excited to see. Some of them I haven't seen since last year. And right now I'm putting together the Country Cat preview zine, which I plan on walking around and handing out to artists I admire, friends of mine, so they got a copy of it, and anybody else that passes by me and I'm able to get. It also contains Florida Batman and Dreamland. So, yeah, if you see me at HeroesCon, you should definitely grab one from me. Otherwise, I do have them available in my store for free with the purchase of any artwork, zine, comic, book. You know, not like a sticker or something, you know. I can't fit that in a sticker envelope. That's going to up the shipping for no reason. But, you know, trying to get the word out. Yeah, one of the things I wanted to talk about here is, you know, we went over with Country Cat, you know, how to, you know, my little process for outlining, scripting, storyboarding, and then we inked the panel together, and talked about transferring those storyboards to the full-size page to get it ready for print. And then once you've, I mean, I guess the question is, once you've done that, what do? Well, you print it out on your own home printer or, you know, FedEx, Kinko's, wherever you can get it. But if you don't have a printer available to you, what are your options here? And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, because there are some really good independent anthology publications that need to fill their pages too and are looking for comic artists just like you. So for example, one of the people I'm going to go see this weekend are the good people of Inks. Okay? So Inks is out of, I think they're out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Let me see here. According to this, they might not have like a physical address, but I'll put their Instagram up on the screen. That's primarily how you can get in contact with them. That's how they put out a lot of their solicitations for comics. I think right now they have a current solicitation for their next issue, issue 31. Issue 30, however, is currently out, and I have a comic in it, Florida Batman. Inks will have a table at HeroesCon. I think it's a table they're going to have at HeroesCon, or they're just going to be out and about. But, yeah, they'll be handing these out for free at HeroesCon. So, you know, if you're an artist who's just looking to get your work out there and you don't have, you know, the resources to print something out, it could be expensive. I mean, printers cost like upwards of $100, you know. Ink is expensive. Paper, not so much. I got a big thing of paper, like 1,500 pages for like $10 or something. But, you know, it is a cost. And if there's no return on that investment, it is kind of hard to justify, like, well, I'm going to spend, you know, if you say you got to buy a printer, I'm going to spend close to $200, you know, just trying to print my comic, when you have perfectly good publications like Inks that are more than happy to do it for you. And then the cool thing is, too, you get a little feature in the contributors section here. So they even, you know, you send them a little bio. They print it up. They put your info in there. You can see me on this page, second down. So yeah, it's a great option if you don't really feel like printing it and stapling it and then trimming it yourself, which can be very tedious. After I've done, oh gosh, I think I've done like, I got like about 50 of them over there. I got another 20 of them here I got to trim today. And I printed another 20 here. So my goal as I walk around heroescon is to pass out close to 100 of these things. We'll see if we can do that. But it is tedious. It is time consuming. I probably should have used my time a little wiser earlier in the week, but I think I can get this done if I stick to it. But if you're curious about contributing something to Inks, we'll jump on over to my computer screenshot and I'll show you how to do it there. All right, so what we want to do is let's submit a comic to Inks. The requirements are that your comic be 5.1 inches wide by 8 inches tall for the image area, and 300 DPI, black and white, JPEG, or PDF, maximum of 4 pages. But oh no! There's a problem. I have 5 pages. But you know what we're going to do? We're just going to submit 4 pages because I think we end on a pretty good spot on page 4 that can give us a new start on page 5 that will, maybe we can have another 3 pages in the next edition of Ink. So let's go ahead and close page 5, get rid of that. And what we want to do is go ahead and create a new file here. Inches, we're going to do, what did they say, 5.1 wide. And then we're going to do 8 inches tall. So this is going to be our image area. And then they want it in black and white and 300 DPI, which is our resolution. Okay. And I'm going to fill it with a white background here. Okay, so we create a new document. I'm going to take my comics here, and we're just going to select the image area because it's the image area that is 5.1 inches tall, or inches wide. And then paste that on there. Now, there might be a better way to do this. If there's any graphic designers in here or people that work solely digitally, I'm sure you're cringing at what I'm doing. Why is he doing it that way? Well, you can do it any way you like. And why are you watching this video if you're a graphic designer? You know how to format your comic, you silly. So, okay, there's our comic that we can submit. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and export. And I want to save it as a PNG. Let's do country, Jason Schoonover. That's my name. Country, cat, page 1. And then we want to save it as a PNG. I like PNG. I prefer PNG. Alright, so we do that. And we're going to basically just do this 3 more times. So there we go. Last page there. Merge and export. Page 4. Alright, so once you have all your pages exported, let me go up here. I think you got to make them into a PDF. Oh, JPEG or PDF. So, I like to take those and put them in a PDF. I mean, again, I'm probably doing this in some roundabout, take way too long kind of way, but this is just the way I do things. You don't have to do them this way, but I like to. All right, we need to find ink submission, and then we need to. So you highlight all these, do your control click if you're on a Mac, or I don't know how you do it on a PC, but just create a PDF of your images. And then once you do that, you're going to want to check to make sure your pages are in order. So open up your PDF. It's just going to open in preview. So page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. We are looking amazing here. So that's it. So we got Jason Schoonover Country Cat. Let's just rename it. Inks Submission. And now what we're going to do is come on over to our email, because now we have to write an email. And who we're going to address it to is inkscomic@gmail.com. There they are right there. Subject: July edition 4-page comic submission. Hey, I have 4 pages of Rise and Shine Country Cat. To submit for the July edition of Inks. Let me know if I need to adjust anything. And then always say thank you. Always say thank you. And then what you're going to do now, we're going to attach files. And then you're just going to attach your PDF. Simple as. And where do we save it as? Schoonart, Portfolio, Comics, Ink Submission. Let that load. And then hit send. You're off to the races. That's all you need to do. And with that, you have submitted a comic to a independent anthology. Now, what you can do, let's go to the Inks linked tree. Since Instagram is not working on my browser, go to this link tree here, okay? This one, you can print out copies, as you can see here. They got all their older issues here that are available for download for free. You can print them out yourself, and you can distribute them however you like. Or if you don't want to, they are very active in printing and distributing. They have, I think they operate out of Charlotte, and there's a lot of businesses that partner with them that allow them to put their publication out there. Like I said, they're going to be at heroescon. So yeah, it's just a great way to get yourself in a magazine with artists of all, a variety of skill level, and get your work in front of people. And it doesn't cost you a thing to submit it. So yeah, if you're making a comic and you're looking for the next step, I would encourage looking up at Inks Comic on Instagram. Form a little connection with them, and keep an eye out for when they're soliciting for comic submissions. And if you got 1 to 4 pages, reach out to them and see if you can get in the next edition. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at heroescon.